everyone, welcome back today. I have got another haul. I was trying to do these kind of sit down, fashion-y kind of videos in between all the travel vlogs I've been putting up. I know there's a ton of them and I don't want to overwhelm you with them and have you not want to watch them. So I'm throwing in these kind of like home hauls and fashion hauls in between. Hopefully keep you interested in those vlogs, because the reason they've taken me so long to put up is because they take a lot longer to edit than just regular old videos. Ooh, nearly choked there. Like I said, I have a winter haul today. I woke up this morning thinking I have a ton of stuff to put in this video, but when I went to actually go grab it all, I don't really have that much, I don't think. I haven't really been shopping that much, I guess. I think that really just boils down to the fact that we're in a new apartment. It's a big apartment. We had no stuff when we moved back here, so I've been doing a ton of shopping for the house and browsing and Craigslisting and everything. So that's kind of fulfilled my shopping need over the last little while. But having said that, I have bought a few things. Hopefully this won't take me too long to get through, because I have pulled pretty much everything that I bought in the last couple months. But anyways, let's just get started. What should I start with? And I'll try to link everything I can down below, but like I said, I bought all this stuff over the last couple months, so I'm not sure what's still available and not, but if it is, it'll be down below. Okay, I guess I'll start with this one. This one was actually sent to me from a company called, they used to be called Sheinside, but now I think they just go by Shein, Shein.com, which is like a huge online website. Everything is pretty relatively inexpensive. I mean, maybe Forever 21 kind of prices, maybe a little bit more than that in some things, but they asked me to pick out a few things. So one of them was this long tweed kind of jacket. It's got brown tones in it with a bit of orange through, so it's just tiny little bit of orange. I don't really like the orange, so I'm thankful that it's not too much, but it's basically a long coat. Comes down to, I'd say, like about my knees or so, and it's kind of fits slightly oversized. It's one size only, so I'm relatively petite. So it sits a little farther out on my shoulders, but I don't actually mind that. I kind of like the oversized men's look anyways. I've been looking for something like this in the vintage shops lately and haven't found anything, so I was happy to have been able to pick this out. And then it has little pockets that are, they sit quite high up. They're like an awkward length if they were actual pockets, but they're just little flaps of fabric. There are real pockets a little farther down on the side here, which is really nice. I hate jackets that don't have pockets. It drives me crazy. I like having somewhere to put my hands. The only thing is with this company, I'm not sure what it is, but everything arrives smelling a bit odd. Like this jacket, I mean, I've done what I can to make it smell normal now, but I don't know if it's the way they package it or because it comes from like forever away, it comes from like Korea or something. But it had a really, really weird smell, like to the point where I could not wear it. I had it airing out, hanging by the windows for like 2 days and it still stunk. I've drenched it with Febreze now and it smells okay, but I don't know, I don't want to be walking around smelling like a weirdo, so I can't even describe the smell. I don't know what the smell is. But anyways, in terms of style, I really like the look of this. Okay, the next thing's a pair of jeans. I spotted these online one day at Zara in their clearance section. They were $49.99, and I told Ken, I was like, I have to go get these right now. Gotta go. So I drove downtown and sure enough, they did have them. The store was an absolute disaster, so I'm shocked that I even found them. I got them in a size 36. They fit pretty tight. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to do cutaways of all these or like me trying them on. I'm losing light very rapidly. I have to wait till our neighbors stopped blasting their music earlier so that I could film this video. But finally they're quiet, so here we are. They're basically, the trend right now is like cropped, slightly flared or straight denim that is raw on the edge or like really distressed. So these ones kind of nailed the head. These ones kind of hit the nail on the head. The frayed bottom, they're short, so they're almost like a capri length. They're in a dark faded kind of denim, and then they've got all this cool embroidery all over it. I mean, it's busy, but I'm gonna try to treat them as a neutral, so it just kind of adds a little interest to the outfits. I'm gonna try not to wear just like a plain t-shirt all the time with these. But this length looks awesome with little slip-on shoes, sandals, my black Acne boots that they sit like just above the Acne boots, so you can see a little bit of ankle hanging out. I just think it looks really cool. The fit is quite flattering. At least I thought so in the mirror at the shop. Could have been a distorting mirror, but they looked quite good in the shop and they were on clearance, so I'm happy with that. I also got another pair yesterday in the mail from H&M. I'm not totally sold on these ones. I'm still wearing them around the house yesterday trying to decide whether I want to keep them or not. But they're basically, let me do them up. First of all, I love the little buttons at the front. No one sees it, but I know it's there, so it makes them cooler. Blue denim, again, cropped and frayed at the bottom, but they're just not quite wide enough here. Like I wish they were just a smidge wider. Then they would sit a little more flared over the acne boot, and it would be a little closer to the style I'm going for. They're close, and I've been on the hunt for a long time, so I might just keep them, and when I find something that I really love, I'll go for those two. They weren't crazy expensive. I think they were $59.99 from their Conscious collection. They're still available online. I got mine in size 4, so they kind of suck you in a little bit. Yeah, so we'll see with those. We'll see. Okay, the next thing is a sweater, hopping back over to Forever 21. The turtlenecks are back. Thank goodness, because it's been absolutely freezing here in Vancouver. I think we've had the longest cold streak in like 30 years. And let me tell you, it's bloody cold. We've only had a few snowstorms, but it's coldest when it's really clear like this. It's nothing but blue skies, but it's frigid outside. So I'm keeping warm with these turtlenecks. I have a few of them now. It's just a plain sweater, really soft. It's got this cute little embroidery that's like textured. It's almost like a carpet. I don't know what it says. It might say Heartbreaker, which I don't really like, but you can hardly see what it says. Anyways, I really bought it for this large oversized neck, and then I love the stitching that comes across here, so it sits on anybody's shoulder perfectly. Long sleeves, and it's a cropped fit, so that kind of goes a little bit better with most of my wardrobe. Plus I have short little legs, so I like to wear cropped things to make my legs look a little bit longer. I got it in a size medium, and it fits fine. It was, the tag's still on it. Oopsie. $30.90. So there you go. Okay. So I have another sweater from Shein. This is another one that I picked from them. Again, with the high collar. I wouldn't call this a turtleneck. It doesn't quite sit high enough, but still keeps you warm, keeps the bosom covered. And it's in this like 70s brown kind of color. I never thought that I would actually like this color again. I remember my dad got married in a tan and taupe suit, and ever since I saw those photos, I was kind of always like, when was that ever in style? But here we are. This kind of color palette is back. And it's also slightly cropped, not as cropped as I would like. Like this kind of length would be better on me, but yeah. Still has the pattern on the back, which I like. A lot of these cheaper kind of shops, they often skimp on the back side of these shirts, and they look kind of cheap. They look cool from the front and then cheap on the back, so I like that the print's also on the back for that. Good little cozy sweater for the winter. Oh my gosh. I did not realize I was so chatty today. Woo, too much talking. Okay, moving on. Let's go over to one of my favorite things. Again, from Shein. These ones I bought with my own money. If you're big into fashion and you're following the trends this season, you'll recognize these shoes. They're not the real ones, they're the dupes. I just couldn't fork up the money for such a trendy item. Hundreds and hundreds of dollars for a little slip-on shoe I'll probably only be wearing for a couple seasons. I thought I'll go with the dupe. So here they are. They are the Gucci Princetown lookalikes, and I got the ones with the fur. They sell them without the fur. They sell them in different colors. They sell them with the little graphics, like with the snakes and stuff. So I'll try to link all those down below because they're really cool. It took a really long time for me to decide on which ones I wanted. I bought this one and one other color that I'll show in a second. So they are super comfy. This fur in here, for such a cheap shoe, I think they're like 30 bucks. This is super soft. I got mine in a 37, and I have a tiny foot. I usually wear like a 5.5 or a 6, and these ones fit me perfectly. I also ordered the other ones in a 37, and they fit slightly bigger, but they look exactly like the Gucci ones. So, I mean, they're a little crooked here. This stitching is crooked, but like you can't tell from a distance. I've fooled many people thinking that this was the real thing, and it's definitely not. But they're pretty solid and insanely comfortable. Like I wear these around the house as slippers, so even if I wasn't wearing them as real shoes, I would wear them as slippers. Okay, so the other color I got, I haven't worn these yet, and I don't know that I'll actually wear these very much, but I couldn't not get them. So, and they just reminded me like of pimp shoes or something, and I had to have them. So I got the, oh, they're backward, aren't they? Yeah. I got them in the suede, shiny kind of blush pink. I'm not usually a pink girl, but lately I have been into this blush toned, muted kind of pink. Like my new Gucci bag is that same muted kind of pink. And again, with the fur, these ones are completely fur, like on the bottom and everything, they're fur. And again, with the horse bit across the top, and they come in a ton of different other styles. So if you're looking for a Gucci dupe, Gucci Princetown dupe for the next couple months while they're still in style, Shein is definitely the place to go. Another thing from, not Forever 21, H&M, also on clearance. I think this was about 10 bucks. Just a plain little graphic t-shirt. I constantly buy these and I find I don't actually wear them that often, but I love having them around. I wear them like when I'm going to work, before I get into my scrubs. I wear them as PJs. I wear them like underneath, just casual outfits and stuff. Something about the red and the blue and everything really drew me into it. Plus it was $10. And it doesn't say, like it says, feeling it, love your vibe. I've always find a lot of these graphic shirts say like really cheesy stuff on them. I mean, this is cheesy too, but for some reason I don't mind it as much. It also really reminded me of Clare Marshall, and she always rocks this kind of stuff. I'm definitely not as cool as her, but I'll try. Okay, this is one I've been wearing a ton lately. This color is like, it must be my favorite color right now because I'm constantly buying things in this color. It's basically just a big cable, cozy, like squishy sweater from Forever 21. I got it in a large, and it has like big oversized kind of sleeves. I actually like to roll the cuff under so it sits like that. I don't know, I think it just gives it a little bit of a more modern look. And then same at the bottom, I wear this. I tuck it up inside all the way around, and then I wear it with like high-waisted jeans, high-waisted skirts, all the usual kind of thing that suits my body type, but it's really the color that drew me into it. It's got a nice high neck too, so it's just super, super cozy. I hope that's still available on the website because this is like my favorite thing. It'd be really sad if it's not. Okay, battery died. Hopefully not all that was cut off. Moving on. Another top from Shein, and another trend for the season are these huge bell sleeves. This is basically just a plain knitted, stretchy, oversized, one size fits all kind of sweater. Slightly cropped, but the reason I got it was because of these huge bell sleeves, and I love the black trim on the edge of it too. I just think that's so pretty. I'm not crazy about the neckline. This is kind of going to be like a little bit up here somewhere. Yeah, the reason I got it, right there. It also comes in pink with white sleeves, I think, so, but this is just a little more classic looking. Okay, an accessory. I got this quite a while ago and I never seem to wear it, but I really should. It's basically this big scarf. I have tons of these neck scarves, but the reason I got this one was because of the coloring. Again, with the brown and the blues and the blacks and the whites. Neutrals, but the brown is what makes it a little more modern for me. Just feels a little more 70s, I guess, but I think it would look really cool. God. Really cool just tied up once like this, or doubled up. I think I actually preferred it doubled up, but then just tie it loosely like that, and then have the little knot kind of poking out on the side there. I love having that little tiny knot stick out. Just feels like very Parisian chic rather than the big knitted scarf, just to keep your neck a little bit warmer. Really cool, from H&M. I think that was like 12 bucks or something. Okay, gone with that. Joe Fresh was someplace I used to shop constantly, like majority of my wardrobe years and years ago was Joe Fresh, but I just found the price point went way up and it became a lot more mainstream kind of stuff. So I haven't been shopping there recently, but I was there for a bunch of groceries and I popped into the fashion section obviously, and I found these guys on clearance. Yeah. Ken has a pair of shoes in like a dark brown with the red laces, and I was actually trying to convince him to get rid of them. I was like, what? Why would you wear that? No, you're like a preppy schoolboy. You don't wear this kind of stuff. He ended up keeping them, and it was good he did because he's found kind of a new style with them that actually works really well. And I actually became jealous and wanted a pair of my own, and I ran into these. They look kind of like working boots, or like, what was that brand? Was really popular, Timberland or something. They look like those big clunky boots. I love that they're gray in the front. I love the red laces. That's what does it for me. And they're super comfortable, and they're good for walking around on the ice that we have right now here in Vancouver. Yeah, they can be kind of chic, believe it or not. If you wear them with like Kodiak socks and some ripped up jeans and like a cool shearling jacket or something, wrap a scarf around your neck, and I think you got a pretty cool outdoorsy adventure kind of outfit. Oh god. And some weird stuff now. Is that it? I hope so. Oh God. Hopefully take a lot of the mumble jumble out of here for you so you can just enjoy a normal length video. Okay, so I think that is all I've got. I've got a huge pile of clothes hanging out around me now, so hopefully that was enough or too much, I don't know. Definitely make sure to check out our adventure travel vlogs. I've been putting a lot of time and effort into them. We've got one from Interlaken, Rome, Provence, France, Florence, where else? Oh, and Positano. I think the Provence one, which is the last one that just went up, or maybe it's going up in 2 days. I think it's going up in a couple days. I don't think it's live yet, but it's probably my favorite one. So make sure you go to visit that one, and I hope you have a great day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Welcome to Florence.